Hello, and welcome to the Community Survival Plan: How to Organize, Train, and Fund a Community Preparedness and Self-Reliance Group. During the catastrophic disaster, most communities will have to deal with the crisis on their own. The greatest number of injuries and deaths occur during the early stages of an emergency. The sooner help arrives, the greater the chances of saving lives. If local communities were organized and given some basic training in disaster survival and rescue skills, they would greatly improve the ability of all citizens to survive until emergency responders or other assistance could arrive. But what if government emergency services are so overwhelmed by the scale of destruction that they cannot help your community for weeks, months, or even years? The Community Survival Plan includes strategies and steps a community can take to work together to survive for a year or more. History. The Community Survival Plan is modeled after an ancient cultural tradition known as mutual aid societies. In Roman times, they were called guilds. In China, they were called tongs. In modern times, they were called friendly societies, lodges, and clubs. Before the modern welfare state, the poor, working, and middle classes had no one to depend on in case of personal or national emergencies. The solution was the formation of local mutual aid societies, whereby members pay a small monthly membership fee in return for such services as medical care, disability funds, emergency food and shelter, retirement and funeral costs, and even business loans. The Community Survival Plan provides communities the tools to survive both short and long-term disasters by organizing communities similar to the time-proven mutual aid societies. The plan can be used by any group of people to organize and prepare for ways of providing their communities with shelter, food and water, medical care, communications, and security in the event that these services are no longer available. How to organize. Any person can start a group by inviting friends, family, co-workers, or like-minded people to form a community by signing a simple membership agreement and pledging to abide by the group's charter. There is no hierarchy in this organization. The founder does not become the boss, and there are no office holders. All members have equal say in all group decisions. Group Charter. The plan includes a simple template charter that can be amended by the founding members to suit their specific needs. The charter is a mutual agreement used to protect privacy and property, prohibit criminal activities, designate responsibilities, establish procedures for making decisions and solving disputes, and define the benefits the community will provide its members. Funding. Membership fees are based on what the poorest of the founding members could afford. This allows people from all economic situations to organize and fund a community survival group. Funds are dispersed according to 5 core areas of preparedness: shelter, nourishment, medical, communications, and security. Base and rendezvous location. Every community designates a location that would serve as a home base of operations. This is where the majority of emergency supplies are stored and where members would rendezvous during an emergency. Almost any structure can serve as a home base, depending on the financial resources of the group. A base could be as simple as a storage locker, a member's home, or an artist's studio, to a rented warehouse space, clubhouse, or cottage. Teams. The designation of duties and responsibilities is vital to an effective survival operation. Members choose for themselves to join one of 5 teams, depending on their preferences and skills. The 5 teams correspond to the 5 core survival needs: medical, shelter, nourishment, communications, and security. The plan includes an aptitude and skills questionnaire that helps members to decide which team they would be best suited for. Medical team. Responsible for providing first aid when no professional responders are available. Skills required range from emergency first aid and CPR to home nursing and knowledge of medicinal plants. Duties involve collecting and storing emergency first aid supplies, medicines, and medical equipment. Although all members are encouraged to attain basic first aid certification. Shelter team. Responsible for providing shelter and everyday activities of home and hearth. Skills required include knowing how to improvise shelters and alternative heating, to disaster psychology and organizing entertainment and recreational activities. Duties include ensuring all group members have a warm, dry place to sleep and stay if they need to evacuate their homes. Nourishment team. Responsible for food and water storage and preparation. Skills required vary from knowing how to purify water and cook famine meals to running a greenhouse and horticultural operation. Duties include storing, distributing, and preparing food and water to group members during an emergency. Communications team. Responsible for maintaining contact with group members, providing critical information updates during an emergency, as well as coordinating team efforts. Skills required range from keeping a database of contacts to how to set up an amateur radio-based station. Duties include maintaining contact with group members during normal and disaster conditions, and coordinating efforts between teams, especially medical and search and rescue teams. Security team. Responsible for the security and safety of group members, conducting search and rescue operations and evacuations. Skills required include first aid, communications, knowledge of USAR techniques, and self-defense. Duties include keeping group facilities, equipment, and supplies secure, finding lost members, and safeguarding members' evacuation to rendezvous and retreat locations. Preparedness levels. The plan defines 4 levels of preparedness based on the most urgent needs in priority order and serves as a step-by-step guide for groups to follow until they reach self-sufficiency. Based on the survivalist's rule of 3s, a person cannot live longer than 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Preparedness levels. All group members supplied with food, water, shelter, emergency medical care, and security for Level 1, 3 days. Level 2, 3 weeks. Level 3, 3 months. Level 4, 1 year or more. Each community can decide what level of preparedness they wish to achieve and maintain, from short-term survival needs provided by levels 1 and 2 to long-term sustainability at levels 3 and 4. Conclusion. The importance of working together as a community cannot be overstated. Creating a self-reliant community is simply a matter of finding like-minded people, agreeing to common goals and rules, and assigning responsibilities. The plan offers people the organizational blueprint to establish their own mutual benefit community in any environment and under any financial constraints. As part of an organized community, your chances of surviving disasters, both natural and man-made, are much improved. Thank you for watching.